I am Mark Stewart in New Hampshire, where it will be, again, the first primary, hopefully the first recognized primary even by official Democrat Party. They've threatened not to. They have jiggered rules so that, or custom, I should say, a very good custom of New Hampshire and Iowa being the first contests for other voters to get via the lens of New Hampshire and Iowa, to get a very good picture of candidates and voter interests and how they play out nationwide. But for at least the reason of protecting Joe Biden, the DNC has chosen South Carolina as its official first Democratic Party primary, and Republicans will stay with New Hampshire first. The state of New Hampshire is planning to be for both parties first, and whether the Democrat votes that are cast here are counted will be a source of, I don't even know what, litigation, debate, conjecture, just an asterisk in history. We don't know. We do know that New Hampshire is either way, first, second, last if it came to it, a very good state for measuring. And it's ironic because the argument given by some in the Democrat National Committee was, ooh, New Hampshire's not representative enough of Democrat voters. So, what's their basis? Race. That's it. Okay? Because there are people with a different skin color more often in South Carolina than in New Hampshire. That's the more diverse. Okay? That is ridiculous. I'm looking at 5 people now. 2 of them look like African Americans. New Hampshire may have fewer African Americans in its presence, but it doesn't mean a difference in mindset, because as sane people have argued for at least the last 40 years, time during which we've overcome most of our racial problems. And in the Northeast, I think it's been more like 140 years. This is not a racist place anymore, for sure. And so, South Carolina is not a very good model. If there is still large pockets of racism in the South, that's a good thing to overcome. It's not a model for grievances that wouldn't affect the rest of the nation. New Hampshire is a very good model for integration and being largely over grievances. Ask the African Americans here, as I will after this video. And I've done this before, okay? There's no issue, white and black, here. There is a high level of tolerance. Most whites love when a new black family comes to their neighborhood, especially if it's the first in their neighborhood. I've seen no instances in my 59 years of this. There's been no sustained racism here. There's not even multiple incidents of one man of color being treated badly because of his race. And if there are, the rest of us around will go to his defense, go after the intolerant bully dopes. It almost never happens. And again, if it does, there's more allies in New England to keep uplifting blacks to the extent they might feel there's still some sort of racial subordination. New Hampshire is an excellent model. For the rest of the country, New Hampshire is an excellent lens so that the rest of the country sees how candidates react and interact with black, brown, Asian, white voters, and more importantly, voters of different socioeconomic classes, which does not have anything to do with race. That's where the action can and should be, because a candidate for U.S. president is a candidate for people of all races with different messages, not by race, but by socioeconomic condition and possibly cultural condition. That's where I come in, Stewart for Liberty. Please see more. It's a provocative website, StewartForLiberty.com. I do address race in one of the issue blocks. In fact, it's, I think, the second most prevalent one. There's 30. So StewartForLiberty.com. You all here, thanks for being here. Stay up here for the fall. We'll have a good time in the presidential race. I don't. Correct. You're 2 for 2. All right, have a good one. Thanks. I don't put voices on camera. We have to do releases. But their comments were very worthy and really seconded mine. Longtime New Hampshire residents, both African American, both not detecting a bit of racism, except the possibility, they said, of what I term reverse racism. Some people going out of their way to aid, to be nice to African Americans because of their race. And at times I am one of them. And that reverse racism is more so of an underdog who I'd like to help and of a friendliness that I want to make sure bridges. I don't think they are needy. I do feel like that extra bridge is important. So, and you feel the same way. All right, guys, thank you. And again, have a good afternoon now. It's now the first full day of summer. All right, take care.